on the show, TJ Everett tells us how he came up with a smart wheel and how it helps keep drivers safe on the road.
Our next guest is taking us under the hood, so to speak, of the best and not so best cars of the year. Please welcome the executive editor of Kelley Blue Book Online, Jack Nerad, is here. It's good to have you with us.
Yeah, thanks so much. It's my pleasure.
This is always a tough decision. Let's start at the top. What are some of the best cars, the best-selling cars this year?
Well, the best-selling car might surprise you. It's a Ford F-150 pickup truck.
Really?
Pickup trucks.
Is that because country music's really big right now?
I think that's the reason. Exactly, that's the reason. Every country music star has a pickup truck, right? So everybody's emulating.
Is it because gas prices are lower?
Well, there are relatively few pickup trucks, right? There's maybe 3 or 4 or 5, 6 tops. In any other segment, there's maybe 20.
Yeah.
So the F-150 sells like 650,000, but there aren't that many pickup trucks sold in total.
Right.
I want one so bad, but I'm afraid of the gas mileage, and parking. Parking and
parking.
These days,
evidently, it's
gas a lot cheaper.
Yeah, it is
a lot cheaper.
For now.
I know. It was a consideration. Other ones, other than let's set the trucks aside because of.
So you set the trucks aside, then you have the Toyota Camry.
Okay.
Honda Accord is right up there. Honda CR-V, which we're standing in front of, the best-selling compact sport utility. So people are opting more for sport utilities these days, and for little sport utilities with great versatility, plus great fuel economy.
Sure. So, you start going through this process, you weed things out, and you're looking at a car, and a lot of times because you're insecure, you go, what's the best selling? Because I'll see what everybody else is buying. But then they'll say best performance.
Yeah, what's the difference?
So there's a difference between the two.
Yeah, best performance implies best buy. And we look at that at Kelley Blue Book very closely because we want to help people make good decisions, right?
Sure.
I mean, that's really what we're all about. That's our only reason for being. So we look at things like resale value. A lot of people don't consider that when they go to buy a car, but resale value is very important because it affects your overall cost of transportation. You're not just going to buy it. Yeah. You're going to have that vehicle for years and years and years. So
how do you find out how to do that, though?
Well, our website is a great place, a resource for that, kbb.com, because we track that. I mean, we at Kelley Blue Book have been tracking automotive value for 80+ years. I was around for most of it.
I will tell you, in all honesty, whenever I go, that's the place I go to find information because there's so much detailed information that is there on the site. So we can also, you talk about, it was weird because you think, I'm going to buy a new car. What am I going to get for this when I sell it? That's a down the road sort of thought process.
Right, but you kind of have to make that thought process or at least look at the cost to own. And we help you do that. Okay. But looking at those things help you come up with the best buys. This, for example, is a best buy in its segment. Well, the F-150 is a best.
This is the what? Tell everybody again.
This is the Honda CR-V. Best buy in the compact sport utility, small sport utility segment, and it's got great features. I mean,
what and what?
Well. Great interior stuff.
Let's take a look. They want to see.
Sure. Navigation, apps are really important. Apps are crucial these days. People want to stay connected. Push button start is very important. So people like push button start, not having to pull a key out of your pocket, but just pushing the button and going. That's very, getting on your apps, getting immediately connected, those kind of things. Then, very simply open the rear hatch. Push a button, rear hatch opens. Throw a lever, the seats fold down. You don't have to crawl around the back seat and go forward to do that.
Take them out. My old Tahoe was like that.
This, because this is a hot buy right now, is it kind of like real estate? Because when you buy a car, you're basically losing 35% of your investment.
As soon as you drive off the lot.
Right, because this is a hot buy, is it going to hold its value?
It holds its value as good as any vehicle in the segment. And that's one of the things we look at in Best Buys is what holds its value well, what is terrific, what is fun to drive, what has all the features you want. But then what will hold its value as well. So all of those things go into what
car. I'm sorry, I was just going to say, what holds their value better than any other car? What's
well,
the car?
in terms of various segments, this is a top one in its segment. Honda Accord holds its value very well. Typically, Mercedes-Benz products hold their value very well. Toyota products hold their value very well. So, I mean, and there's a lot of consumer perception. You consider a Toyota being very reliable. That's what people think of when they think of Toyota.
Yeah.
Well, that translates into good resale value. They think it has
Sure.
good resale value, so it does.
Well, let me ask Kitty, have you ever tried to go and negotiate a car on your own to rent
It's
or to buy?
terrifying.
Okay.
I can't handle it.
Well, so how do we
Tough, though.
negotiate?
You're not alone.
But how do
You're not
we
alone.
then negotiate the best deal when we're shopping for
Well,
a
the thing
car
that's
or a used
interesting
car,
is
right?
you as a consumer, anybody who can buy a car really has tons of power. But they don't feel empowered. They don't feel like, oh, I can charge ahead and do this thing. They feel intimidated by it. But you have all the power in the world, and I say the two biggest tools you have in getting a great deal are your feet. Because you can just walk out the door.
My dad has
just
always
walk
said
out
that.
the
He's
well, your
like,
dad
I'm
is a
not
very
married
bright
to
guy.
anything. I can walk away from any deal.
Exactly. and you will find a better deal the next day and the day
But
after.
hang on, you
Yeah.
can walk away, but you can also walk right into something. So she negotiates. She's a woman. She's like, I want to get a car. I've done all my research. I know my budget very well. Does she walk into him to go, look, here's my budget. I can spend $500 a month. What can you give me? Is
You
that
know, dealers love that, but looking at the monthly payment alone isn't the best way to get the best deal.
Why is that?
Because dealers can change what your monthly payment will be. They'll extend the time of the loan. So instead of a 6-year loan, they give you a 7-year loan or an
you pay
8-year
more
loan.
money that
So you're
way,
paying
right?
more money.
Yeah,
Exactly. You're
okay.
paying more money, but you're not paying more per month. So people go, oh, if I drop the payment to $450, that's a better deal. Not
Yeah.
necessarily.
What about lease versus buy?
That's a good question,
What's the
yeah.
benefits? And
It really depends on your mindset. If you want the newest technology, if you want a new vehicle every 2 or 3 years, lease. It's the best thing in the world for you. If, on the other hand, you buy and hold, and you want kind of the best financial deal for yourself over time, and you don't care whether you have the newest technology or the newest, shiniest thing, then I would suggest buying.
We
for
drive
most
so
people.
much here. I literally
Yeah.
get to a point where it's at the last part of the lease, and I start going, okay, start adding up.
Yeah,
the
people are
miles.
sweating it.
Like, I'm gonna
exactly.
buy it.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Uber here.
It's like it's like you got a rental car, right? And you're going, I'm looking at.
how
So
do you
what do you do
negotiate
in a
that?
situation?
Well, you have to pay attention to what's going to happen down the road. You can't,
Yeah.
at the end of things, you can't go, okay, I want to renegotiate this.
Yeah.
But you can negotiate longer mileage terms.
Which
in a
I
lease,
did. Matt, you did, right?
Yeah.
You did
Yeah.
yours
Yeah.
that way.
You can get $15,000, $18,000 a year. I
Yeah.
mean, you can
and
make
it's
that
just an
happen.
additional payment.
Well,
Yeah.
my dealer
Just up to
ate
payment.
my extra mileage if I released from him again. I was able to do that.
Right.
Do most people do that, or do
Well,
do they
sometimes,
just?
and you were probably benefited by the fact that used vehicles were rising in value, so he wanted that vehicle back.
I see.
And so getting that vehicle back, he was able to say, I'm going to walk away from it.
Okay.
Good, helpful stuff.
Before you go, can I just ask one quick question?
Sure.
Is it true that Lincoln cars have gone up since Matthew McConaughey's? Is that true, or is it a rumor?
I kind of don't think so. Not so sure. Although they've
Last
changed
question.
that around now, it's a new campaign, so maybe they'll go in a different direction.
Complete information about cars and car sales by going to kbb.com, or you can visit our website. Thank you so very much for being here. Katie, thank you for coming by.
Yes, anything. Please come
told
back.
that you have to step
Well,
away.
of course, thank you.
Don't go away, because on the other side of the break, joining us is Disney actress Dove Cameron. She's revealing what's like being Disney's latest it girl. There she is. We're coming out.